Are you a big sweater?
No, he's a big jacket.
My guests today are Frankie Hoy and Luke Davis, and we are talking about scams and then what we don't like about ourselves.
That's true.
Frankie, when did you get scammed? What happened?
I was truck driving in Las Vegas, and on my break, dude, I stopped at a truck stop, and some like Arab dude pulls up to me. Is that racist to say now?
Arab?
To say Arab?
Yeah.
No.
I mean, Arabic dude.
Arabic?
You're not far off. It's just the pronunciation on the.
Oh, you're not supposed to say Arab.
Yeah.
Looks like I thought that was fine. That's why I've been saying it.
That's been a common theme with you.
That's perfectly
Even
normal.
like I saw this Chinese guy. Is that okay?
Well, no, you can say Chinese.
Yeah.
But you can't say Chinese.
But you can't say guy.
You can say.
You can say guy. You can say Chinese guy.
Yeah, no, you're right.
You can't say you can't leave out the guy.
Okay.
You can't say
You
I
can't
saw
say
a Chinese.
I saw a Chinese.
Yeah, you're
Okay.
not.
Anyways, this Middle Eastern fella, like he came up to my truck and he was like, "Yo, he's in an Escalade. His wife's in the back, and so is his kid." And I was like, "Yo, man," he goes, "I'm in Las Vegas." He's like, "We came to Las Vegas for the weekend, and you know, I don't have enough money for gas to get us back to the airport. Like, could you help me out?" I'm like, "I'm sorry, man." He goes, "Nah, look." He has like a golden watch. He goes, "Look." He goes, "Look, it's a Rolex." I know nothing about watches, dude. He goes, "Look, it's a Rolex." He goes, "Here, just give me like $50 or something." And I'm like, "Nah, dude, it's fine." He goes, "It's worth $800. I know nothing. It works are worth like fucking 12,000. He's like, "It's worth $800. He goes, "I'll give it to you for like for 60. Come on." And I'm like, "Nah."
I love how he raised the price.
Yeah,
I'll give it to you for 50. Now I'll give it to you for 60.
Yeah. Well, that was mostly me just fucking up the story.
Yeah, I got
it. I think he started like somewhere like at 100, and then it got all the way down to 50. And I'm like, "Nah, dude. Like I don't want anything to do with you." And I go inside to the
You made it
gas.
personal. It wasn't about the watch.
Yeah, it was him.
You're
No.
scum.
Will you buy this watch, please? No, I don't like you.
I don't like it. Your baby's ugly.
Yeah.
And I went inside of the gas station, and I told the cashier guy, I was like, "Yo, there's a dude out there. He's like trying to sell me a Rolex." I go, "You think I should do it?" I'm asking a cashier for advice, a gas station cashier. And he looks out the window and he goes, "I wouldn't do it, man." He goes, "Those guys are scammers." And I go, "Yeah, you're right. But I'm still on my break, so I can't move my truck for like another 25 minutes." So
Because like with truck drivers, you have to like not.
yeah, you gotta like not move for a while.
Okay.
So then I'm just like sitting in the truck just pondering. I'm like, yeah, if this watch is real, I can probably take it to a pawn shop and I don't know, maybe get like at least $500 for
You're
it.
seeing now you're saying I could be this man who is trying to sell the watch in the parking lot. You're like, well, if
This could be my
Yeah.
corner soon.
yeah.
Right. Yeah, exactly. So I'm like in my truck. I'm like just circling, like, should I do it? You know, just temptation is getting to me, and I'm like, fuck it, dude, I'm gonna do it. Such a dumbass. I'm like, I'm gonna do it. I'm almost embarrassed to tell the story. I go inside of the gas station. I go to the ATM. I take out $50 or 60 because you can't take out whatever. And then the guy's like circling around, right? And then I go, "Yo," I wave him back, dude, like an asshole. I'm like, "Yo, I'll help you out, dude."
No, this is good.
And first of all, this isn't even
You're
help.
like, I'll help you out. Meanwhile, you're like the fool.
Yeah, exactly, dude. So this is in a way is like not karma. What are those things when like in the end there's a
lesson.
a lesson. Yeah,
This is a lesson.
A story.
a lesson. No, there's
A parable.
yeah, that's what I was thinking about. A parable. So there's a parable, right? So you know, I call a guy over. I'm like, you know what? I was like, "Yeah, I'll help you out, dude." And I'm like, "Yeah, just give me the watch. I'll give you $50." And he goes, "Oh, thank you so much. Thank you." And I'm like, "Fuck yeah." So I grab the watch, dude. I'm like, "Wow, dude, a Rolex."
It says Roxel on it. Like it's obvious.
Yeah, the Rolex is spelled wrong.
This is 3 X's.
Yeah.
It's like a
It's
naked,
like girls on it.
Yeah, naked lady.
Yeah.
I get to my destination. I drop off the load, and then I drive straight to a pawn shop, like with the semi truck, dude. I drive to a pawn shop. I'm like, "Yo, like, how much can I get for this?" Guy immediately looks at it. He goes, "It's fake." He goes, "I don't know, like what, $10?" He goes, like, "Nothing." He's like, "You can't get nothing." And I'm like, "All right, dude." Dude, I'm like pissed. I'm like driving back. I'm just like holding this I'm holding a physical equivalent to my dumbassness, selfishness,
no, it's
and just me being an asshole. Like, I'll help you. I'm holding, dude. I fucking chuck this shit out the window, like with anger, dude.
he picks it up and takes it back to the gas station.
Yeah.
Dude, I chuck it out just in the middle of the desert because it's Vegas.
A broke man found it and picked it up, and that man was Donald Trump. That's how he founded his fortune. He parlayed it into
Yeah, it was
into Trump Towers.
He did the TikTok challenge where it was like you trading up over and over again.
Yeah. Remember that story about the guy who traded a paperclip all the way up to a house? You remember that in the Guinness Book of World Records?
I didn't know he got that far.
I was thinking about that today. Yeah.
Yeah. It's pretty cool.
That's good.
Anyway, what a dumbass you are.
I threw that shit out the window, dude, and I'm like, for a month, dude. I'm like, dude, I'm like the world's stupidest fucking person. And not only stupid, dude, like selfish. I was like, this man was asking for help in my head. And I was like, I'm gonna take advantage of him in my head. So a year later, dude, not in that exit, but like 3 exits ahead. Same shit, dude. A guy in an Escalade, family in the back, same story.
You did it again?
No.
Oh,
like they come up to me and they're like, yo, same story. I'm like, holy shit. I'm like, is this the same fucking guy? And then the guy comes in, I'm like, guy, I know what you're doing, dude. I'm like, get the fuck away from me. And he goes, what do you mean? What's your problem? I'm like, bro, all your shit's fake and that's not even your wife. And then
that's what Frankie's upset about. That's not even your wife.
Yeah.
You
guys
love
don't
her.
love each other.
God, what's wrong with you?
Yeah, I'm like waving the kid over. I'm like, come with me, kid. so like, dude, I shit you not. I moved to New York. This is 5 years later. This is like a couple months ago. I'm in my van, dude. A guy pulls up to me in an Escalade, knocks on my window. He goes, "Hey, man, I came here on vacation with my family." Dude, same exact scam. Yeah. I'm like, holy shit. Like these fools are just running these scams all over the country, if not world, I guess, dude. So there's the scams there. If a guy comes up to you in an Escalade and tries to sell you a Rolex, it's fake.
Yeah, believe it or not, the guy who has the money for an $800 Rolex has not already sold that ahead of time, even though it was like family.
Yeah.
He's held on to it for this long, but this is going to be the moment. I'm going to sell it for $60 on the street.
Yeah. Dude, and they're like renting an Escalade too, which is crazy.
Or they might just have the Escalade.
And they're renting a wife and a kid. Dude, what values are you teaching these kids? That's the real problem here.
I do want the kid does add an added element to it.
Where are they? Is it you think it's their kid?
It's someone's kid.
Oh,
maybe it's like
everyone is someone's kid.
It's like their nephew.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm thinking. It's like maybe it's like, oh, can you watch Johnny for such and such amount of time? It was like, yes.
Yeah.
Like you get upset.
We'll pay you $50. Oh, you'll pay me a lot more than that.
Oh yes.
I'm gonna turn the freaking tricks with this kid.
He comes back without the kid. No, but I got 3 fake Rolexes. If I play my cards right, this will be $120.
No, look, I got an older kid. And traded him up.
Yeah, you leveled up.
Yeah.
This kid can do math.
Yeah.
You know? This kid's awesome. I've never gone through like all the way to like a scam. I did almost join like a marketing like
Which
job
one?
before. I was living in New Zealand at the time, and it was for like a sales position, and I was like, it was pretty vague. It was just like they didn't say what they were selling.
Yeah.
And I went into the interview and I talked to them for like 20 minutes, and all they did was like tell me how cool I was. They were like, yeah, I'm from America. And like, that's awesome. You're from America? That's really cool, man. Anyway, I think you made it to the second interview. And I was like, it did feel good to be complimented, but I was also like, that doesn't seem like the typical interview process where they're just asking you like fun quirks about yourself.
Right. You know what's crazy is that there's people born for that. Cause like born to scam you.
Yeah.
Cause there's a huge company. You got Primerica, you got fucking Cutco, you got Kirby. You got a bunch. I don't know if these are all Kirby's. I work for Kirby too. But that one you actually worked and made no money.
Yeah, and Cutco, the knives are pretty good.
Yeah, Kirby's a pretty good.
Yeah.
Kirby's a pretty good vacuum actually.
But
dude, go
yeah, you go.
I was just gonna say that gas station story reminded me. It's always at the gas station that something happens, because I was at a gas station one time. My friend was pumping gas, and I was like, trying to like hit his vape or something. And this guy came up to us and he was like, what's up? What y'all boys need? And I was also like on acid at the time.
Yeah.
And I was like, I am not about to get scammed on acid. So I was like, nothing. We're good. We're okay.
I just don't want to. I just wouldn't want to talk to anyone at that point.
Yeah, I guess that as well. But
I never
also,
want to talk to
I was just like,
strangers.
It was only gas station attendant.
I was like, if I pay $50 for a fake Rolex, it's gonna ruin my trip, you know?
Yeah.
So I was like, no, we're good. And then my dumbass friend was like, you got any of that white stuff? He said it like that. I remember he was like, you got any of that white stuff? Also, this guy like was wearing like a UPS jacket. He walked up like in a UPS jacket, and I was like, oh, like. I tried not to be like prejudiced. I was like, oh, the UPS guy. And then he was like wearing sweats. I was like, not the UPS guy. so I get my buddy goes, hey, you got any of that white stuff? And he's like, hell yeah, I got it right here. And he like opens his left hand and it's just like loose fucking loose crack rock just in his hand. Just loose powder.
That's good.
In his hand.
That's a guy you want to talk to when you're on acid.
And my buddy goes, how much? and
Damn, that sucks.
And he goes, I'll give you $20. And that's, I don't know if
probably
your viewers
was not even
know,
G.
but that's too low for cocaine. And so my buddy goes, no, that's going to be some fentanyl.
He goes, no, that's too low. I only pay $80 for
I'll
that.
only pay more.
Yeah.
And then he goes, all right, well, how about that gas? And he opens his right hand. He's got weed in it. He's like, how about that gas? And we're like, no, we're good. We don't know anything.
It's probably all sweaty, too.
It's all sweaty, yeah. And then he's like, all right, what about these shoes? And he pulls out a pair of shoes from his jacket. They're Apple shoes.
What?
Like
I would have bought those.
The brand is Apple.
Fascinating. I would have maybe bought that. I was like,
dude.
I was gonna say it seems like he's getting lower and lower, but it was like,
yeah,
if you had
yeah.
Apple,
Dude, that's
all right, well, how
impressive.
about a shoelace? How about the aglet?
Like a Samsung shoelace.
You want some lint?
Dude, this guy's a Swiss Army knife of drug salesman, dude. This guy's
Yeah.
the shit.
I mean, yeah, he had
just going out
it's
to a
the old
drug dealer.
1-2 shoes.
Yeah, dude, you're right about the gas station shit. I was just telling Ethan about I was in a gas station in North Las Vegas. It's a fucking ghetto ass neighborhood, dude, or just area of Vegas. I'm on my break, so I'm like in front of a ghetto gas station. I'm eating my lunch, dude, and there's like a gay guy walks out, and there's two gangsters in the front. They start calling him like gay slurs and shit. He's like, you fucking fairy, whatever. And then like the gay guy just ignores him, and I'm like, I hate to see it.
Yeah.
He comes back, dude. So I'm still there. 20 minutes later, the gay dude comes back with two other gangsters, and he goes, "What, you calling my fucking cousin a fairy?" I was like, "Yo, this is the most progressive fucking gangsters I've ever seen in my life." And like they almost got into a fight. They didn't, but
Hell yeah, respect the
I was like,
fam, you know?
yeah, I was like, that's sick. Anyways, what were you saying?
The second interview is like a group interview.
Mhm.
So it was like me and 8 other fucking white guys in our 20s. And they're like, we really believe in this team.
8 other men who are gonna change the world.
Yeah, and they're like,
you boys have been specially selected by the top councilman of this company to represent us in the goddamn world.
so basically they talk about what, like, they basically like paraphrase a Joe Rogan podcast for like 2 hours.
Yeah.
Where they're like, you just gotta like really grind and like get up and work every day, like fucking do it. Like it's up to you guys. And like we're 2 hours in, we have like a 10-minute break in between, and I'm like, they haven't told us what we're selling yet.
Right.
Like they haven't talked about the actual job. And I kept like asking like, yeah, so what's the job look like? Like what are we actually? It was like, well, we're about 45 minutes away from that still. So I'm like, so
they
after
don't know what you're selling yet.
After 3 hours, they're like, so basically other companies have us sell their stuff. So there's
It's not good when they call it stuff.
yeah. So it's like a Red Cross offshoot where it's like we're selling Red Cross to like, we're selling people to like donate to Red Cross. And I'm like, okay. And they're like, yeah, so we're going to be going like, we're going to be hanging out in like malls and going like door to door. And I'm like,
They're like, have you seen The Pursuit of Happiness? That's gonna be you, but only in the first half of that movie.
yeah. And And so then they like broke it down. It was like, yeah, so it's actually great because you get to keep as much money as you're working for, which most jobs, if you overwork, they're not going to pay you more.
These fucking people, dude.
And so then they're like, so basically how it's going to work is out of every sale you make, it's going to be around $60. And you'll get 25% of each sale. I'll get 25% of each sale. And then you'll have someone
Oh, by the way, Red Cross is getting none of that money.
They're like, but then they're like, there's going to be someone else that isn't your boss who's overseeing you. They're going to get 25%. And then Red Cross is going to get 25%. It was like,
dude.
so then I was like, so we're going to be going like door to door to make what might be, $15, assuming we get a sale.
The business is aggressively trying to get charity donations and then skimping off the top.
Yeah, taking.
That's bad.
Would you
man.
like to?
That's pretty bad.
Would you like to donate to an important cause? How about this? All right, say they only get 25% of it.
Yeah.
Say me and 2 other guys get most of that money.
Yeah,
Not bad, right? That's pretty. I think it's a good deal. Anyway,
Yeah, dude. When I work with Kirby, it's a vacuum. It's a really good vacuum actually.
I love how you guys.
we still have
Yeah,
it in
you're
us.
still.
Well, here the thing.
Yeah, yeah.
You're still brainwashed.
The thing is, dude.
It's actually a
No.
good product.
Yeah.
So the whole thing is that like you tell them like we'll vacuum one of your rooms for free, and they go, oh, and then you get into their house and you fucking assemble a whole vacuum, and you tell them, here, bring out like your vacuum or whatever, and like if they have like a Dyson or like one of the best ones, you just grab a bunch of salt and you spill that shit on their carpet and you spread it around, and then you're like, all right, use your vacuum to clean all that shit up, and like like when you clean it up or whatever, and then they go and they use their vacuum to clean up the salt. And you go over with the Kirby and you just go over once.
Yeah.
And then it picks up like all the shit that theirs didn't. So my job was to go inside and like assemble everything. When I was doing that, dude, I made assembling the vacuum look so fucking hard.
you're like crying halfway.
Yeah,
through.
dude, just like pieces were fucking. I'm like telling them, it's so easy to assemble. My fucking hands are bleeding. Shit's falling everywhere. So I didn't sew anything doing that. And then so I go back to
You're just showing up to places like dumping shit on the people's floor and then not assembling a vacuum, crying, and then leaving. It's like, I'm so sorry. That was too much. That was great.
Forgetting parts at their house.
Hold on. You wait here for 20 minutes. I just got to go drive and get the rest of the shit.
Right. So I didn't sew anything, dude. And then they switched my position to a canvasser, where it's just going door to door and then telling them, oh, what we're doing. And then I'll tell the other guys that are better at assembling the shit to go in. So the guy said, for every people you get inside.
This guy can put a vacuum together like you wouldn't.
Yeah.
He's really quick.
Yeah.
So for every people
And then
that
the third guy comes in and uses the vacuum.
Yeah.
every people that we get inside, I would get $10 supposedly. And then forever, whatever they sold, they were sold to like $1,000, these fucking vacuums.
Damn.
I would get like 10%, which is like $100.
Mhm.
Dude, I was the best canvasser at getting people into. So by my calculations, I made around like $500 in 1 week. And then I worked there for a month and I didn't get any money yet. And I finally told the guy, I was like, yo, dude, like, could I, I spend gas driving here, I'm like, could I get some money? And he goes, yeah, we're actually closing down this location anyway. He gives me a fucking envelope with $50. I'm like, dude, fuck this shit, dude. I just got him. And I had my Class A driver's license too at the time. So I could have been a truck driver. Like, that's how I ended up going there. I went there. I was going door to door asking like people needed truck drivers. And the guy was like, no, but you can make $2,000 a week selling vacuums. And I was like, dude, fuck truck driving. I'm selling vacuums.
You're going door to door to be a truck driver?
Yeah, dude, because I was going to small businesses because
right.
Because big businesses wouldn't hire me because I was like 19 at the time or 20. I just got my license and nobody wanted to hire me.
That's fair.
So I was like, small people would take a chance on me.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And then I got roped into that shit. Dude, it's fun. Like, they're always playing they were always playing motivational videos. Like on my first day, like after the guy told me I could
For
make
Kirby?
$2,000. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like that's like a scam thing, like where you have to sell them a dream a little bit. That like
Yeah, dude. So I got there my first day and the guy was like, just wait in the back. Other team members are over there. And I was like, all right. And I walked to the back. She's like,
team members.
Yeah, it was like an obese guy and then like just like some chick. And they're like watching a video of like a football player getting his team ready for the game, and I said and I just watched it, and dude, like they ignored me, and they watched the thing, and they're like, yeah, let's go. They were like pumped up like to like go sell vacuums, and then we went to a swap meet and bought like strawberry juice.
Sick. So it's just every day you like clock into work, you watch Remember the Titans, and like I'm ready to go. Like I feel like this is good.
Yeah, it was. I don't want to say it was the worst, but
I mean,
it was bad.
It is. Can you guys relate to this? Like at places like that, you go into the room where everyone is, and nobody talks until the meeting starts.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Is that's like a niche thing, but you can relate. Like the guy that's giving the thing is like up there, standing up there, like checking over his notes. Everyone sits down. No one talks to each other. It's like class. And then at 9 o'clock, he's like, hello, welcome to. Yeah. It's like this weird, like, okay, so I did Cutco.
They're dead behind the eyes.
Yeah, dude. These guys, they're like, they all have this. They're wearing like suits, just like these, cheap suits. But we did an episode about scams, and I remember we had a lot in common about it. But when I did Cutco, I was late to my meeting or my hiring meeting, and the guy brought me in the back, and he was like, normally if someone was late, they'd be out of here.
But you look like you have potential.
But I see something in you.
Yeah.
And I was like, me? And then, like, first of all, he didn't know anything about me. It was like when you get booked for a show and they haven't seen you do comedy. It's like, it's that same thing.
You got something.
Something is wrong. Yeah. Something is wrong.
It's when your first producer of a bringer show is like, hey, I really think you could benefit from.
Yeah.
I mean, all you have to do, most times people have to pay $20 for tickets. For your friends, I could do like 15.
Yeah.
We could work something out here.
Dude, fucking scams and comedy.
Oh, yes. I mean, scam for sure.
Did you ever do bringers?
Of course.
Yeah. Who'd you do the bringer with? Say names.
Kim Donuts, dude.
Kimberly Donuts.
Kim Donuts, a fucking lady just scamming everybody and their friends, dude.
Dude, I used to go to Kim's shows. She'd be like, can you get 5 people? I'd be like, can I get 5 people? Come on. And then I'd show up with nobody. I'd be like, I don't know, they all just... she that worked like 2 times. And the third time she was like,
you're not going to bring it.
She was like, she like, I totally burned it down with her. She was like, you can't do the show. This is the 3rd time you've done this, yada, yada. And I was like, hey, look, I understand. I know you're running a business here. Best of luck to you. And then like the next week she was like, open mic, St. Mark's. Like,
it's like $10 for a mic.
$10 for an open mic, but you get a drink ticket. Just fucking.
Yeah.
Anyway, what bringers did you do?
I only did the industry room, which I guess is like the better one in the city.
You get like spots out of it, suppose?
Yeah, I did get 3 spots out of it.
You got the 2 Greenwich spots?
I got 2 Greenwich, 1 Broadway.
Okay.
How did that? They were sick?
The first one was bad. First one I followed Julio Diaz.
He's like a residency over there. I've seen him there a few times.
He's a really good comic.
Yeah, he just goes
and I
wherever.
was like 6 months in. And just did not do well.
Yeah.
And it sucked.
Yep.
But as far as like
it sure does.
As far as like this scam, I mean, I've never done like anyone else's bringer where it's like where it is like the, hey, for your friends, I could get them in for 10 sort of thing. I was like, I've had other, it's always like
you seem like the type of guy who has good friends.
Yeah.
like the endearing thing is getting more and more removed. Look, I don't know you well, but you seem like the type of guy who's
also
fucking have that much money.
A lot of times I feel like for people, it's worked for some people. It's never really worked, but like hosting a mic or something for free.
Yeah.
And then they're like, we'll get you some spots, we'll get you like, maybe you could have like a bark, and then you like do it and you're like, so yeah, I mean, I'd love to do a show. And then they're like, yeah.
After you bark?
No, after like you've been hosting for like a mic at like a club for a while. And they're like,
okay.
Yeah, just, I don't know. We got other.
Yeah.
Thanks for hosting the mic though. That's cool.
You've been doing nothing.
Dude, there's some in LA where they're like, yo, they hit you up. They're like, can you do my show? You're like, oh, yeah, sure. And then you fucking show up to the venue and it's just an open mic with like 60 comics.
Oh,
And then they charge the people you bring. It's
Yeah.
like, dude, I'm like, just say it's an open mic and charge me $5, asshole. You know, like don't
There's
make
no
me
money in that.
don't make me bring my
also the
girlfriend.
scam of just barking in general most of the time, where it's like
Yeah.
Dave Chappelle, and
Yeah.
Tom Segura and Bill Burr and Ali Wong are all going to be on this show. And crazy how you didn't hear about it.
Yeah.
But if you buy this $20
Someone's like,
ticket,
and Nate Bargatze? You're like, yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
you know, I heard he usually pops in.
Yeah.
On what day is it? Thursday. Yeah, he usually pops in on
he'll
Thursdays.
He'll probably be here tonight.
He'll be here.
And Richard Pryor's coming back from the dead.
It's amazing that people. I'm always baffled when people show up to a comedy show.
Then when people show up to Producers Club, I always feel bad.
I'm like,
oh, dude.
how did you guys?
Yeah.
Like, who was barking? Because they props to
Yeah,
whoever's
no,
barking these shows, dude.
Fucking. There's some. I wonder who the best barker is.
Diego's not good. I watched Diego bark, dude. No, chicks are normally pretty good. Cause dudes are like, oh yeah, it's like,
Yeah, you want a
to
spit game? Like,
yeah,
I'll do
there.
anything to talk to you, so I will
Yeah.
buy this $20 comedy ticket.
Right.
Yeah.
You did Cutco though.
I did Cutco.
Yeah.
I was like, I told him on our pod, but I like when I started doing it, my grandfather was like, he was like, don't.
There's water in there.
Thank you. That's okay. I just want a little sip.
Huh. You're not thirsty?
Can I have some?
Yes. Don't give any to Matt though.
Okay.
He has something against my lips. Matt.
No.
Racism. Racism in the flesh. Just anybody who doesn't want to do nasty with you. Racism.
You want to smoke,
What,
a cigarette with me?
I don't get a kiss because I'm Mexican. Is that what it is? Okay.
That's why I turned sexual assault into racism.
Way to go. Yeah, that's cool. You're that cool. Nice.
Trying to mug somebody. Hey, get over here. They run away. Oh.
This guy's racist.
Have you guys seen Party Down?
No.
Really funny show. There's one scene where it's basically like a catering thing, and the boss is like, so I just went to a sensitivity training. I think you guys should all go. I learned a lot. And they're like, what'd you learn? Like, well, for one, I learned that the term Mexican, not offensive.
That was me earlier with Arab.
Yeah, but then like
Arab. How do you say it?
Arab.
Arab.
But then
With
later,
an EH.
it's like there's like later in the show, and like there's like a mess. And he's like, oh, don't worry about it. One of their Mexicans will get it for you. It was good.
I think that's
Um,
noise.
That's funny.
But sorry, yeah, Cutco.
Yeah, so it was like you know, when I first got involved, I my grandfather was like, don't do this. I've seen this a million times. Just like come over, you can mow my lawn, I'll pay you like $50
It's
or
pretty
whatever,
fucking
you know.
good for mowing the lawn.
Yeah, something. And I was like, shut up, old man. Like, you don't understand. I'm in the real world.
I'm gonna
now.
make more money than
Yeah.
you.
I'm gonna make more money than you've ever seen in your goddamn life. And then like 2 weeks later, I was calling his house, like, hello,
Would you
Papa.
please buy knives?
Would you like to, like, I sold, like, he bought knives for me. Like,
Did he actually buy knives?
Yeah,
for you?
like,
ah, damn, what a
they-
nice guy.
essentially the way these work is they're like, okay, so you're going to sell the knives, and then the people that you sell to get references from them for people. Like at the end of the script, they're like, get 10 references. They give you a script like Wolf of Wall Street, and they're like, get 10 references, and then go to those people, then get references from them, get references from them. So the whole time, it's like you're getting further and further removed from people who give a fuck about you.
Yeah.
And so the way it normally works is you just fucking make, you know, maybe $500 selling to your family members who feel
And
bad
then-
for you,
And then you're dead.
and then you're dead in the water. Exactly.
My cousin did Cutco, dude, and he came to like my house, and like they have this test where like they bring a rope, and he's like, cut through this rope with your knife, and then cut it with my knife. My mom was like going to the gym a lot at the time, so she was like, here, mom, just like grab one of our knives, just go right through that shit. And my cousin was like, oh fuck. Yeah, and then he gave her like one of like his knives, and it was like the same thing.
Yeah.
And then so my dad was like, so what? And he was like, well, I don't know. They just packed them in shit.
I've heard of someone who did it where it was like, yeah, I can cut through a shoe. And like that was like the big selling point. And then they just grabbed another knife and then cut through a different shoe. And then it was like, why did we just cut my shoes?
Yeah.
Like it wasn't any different. It was just like, fuck.
Should have at least used the same pair.
Yeah.
Now I have two
Yeah.
half pairs of shoes. Yeah. Yeah, man. It's a weird thing. They cut the penny in the half. Have you seen that?
No.
That's a federal offense.
That was the.
It's like a Cutco commercial. I don't give a fuck about what the U.S. government. We at Cutco, we're rebels.
Cutco's Antifa.
Yeah.
Look, we don't respect money. He just cut it in half. Yeah, it was like the scissors you'd do it with it.
How
But
much money did you end up finishing up with?
I think I made like $300.
Fuck.
Yeah.
It's more than me. Dude.
For I don't know.
How long were you
A
there
month
for?
of work or
A month?
something.
Yeah.
I feel like
dude, at mine's this chick. She quit her job at Amazon. Like Amazon pays like you work a lot, but you fucking make like a nice chunk of change at the end of the week. She comes up, she goes, and our office is dirty as shit. The Kirby office, ironically, dude. She comes up and she goes, I quit my job at Amazon, and I'm gonna make $2,000 a week here. And everybody's like, yeah. At the end of the day, she goes, we work like 12 hours just driving around house. She goes, so how much money did I make tonight? She asks the guy.
like,
I was like, well, we didn't sell anything. She goes, I gotta get my fucking job back.
yeah,
I felt so bad for her, dude.
I feel like most jobs at a certain point, you're like, this is a scam. No matter what the job is, I'm like, at a certain point, you're like, it's crazy they got me doing this right now.
What's the best job you've ever had?
Best job? Probably I was a catering bartender in New Zealand. And that was
sexy.
under the table money.
Oh.
And it was just like always like fun events.
Yeah.
How long
like-
were you in fucking New Zealand for?
A year.
Oh, nice.
What were you doing over there? Playing rugby?
Bartending.
Yeah.
Drinking,
rugby.
hanging out.
Yeah, he played rugby.
Yeah?
Yeah.
With the New Zealanders?
No, I played like touch, but this was when I'd already like stopped playing.
At some point you were like a huge fella?
No.
You don't need to be that big to play rugby. There's like a lot of
I was
different
bigger than
positions.
I am now.
What was your position?
Scrum half and wing.
Oh, nice. Me too. And soccer.
Mm-hmm.
I was wing.
You were scrum half in soccer.
Yeah, I was scrum half.
But I mean, yeah, that job was good. Like I just got to like go to these like rich people's parties.
Yeah.
I'd be like, it wasn't any of my alcohol.
Yeah.
And then I would like take 5 bottles of wine home after.
Yeah.
Because like
Yeah.
the alcohol's already been paid for.
Sure.
These people don't know that they're not getting.
It's a loose party.
They've paid for thousands
A
of dollars.
party is where things can just
And I'm their-
slip through the cracks.
And I'm their friend at this point, you know? Like
Yeah.
I've been pouring them drinks. I've been making, they're just like,
Sure.
yeah. And then I was like, yeah, hold on. I'm going to go put these back. They don't know
Yeah.
that they're entitled to those bottles. So it was just like,
Right.
yeah.
What's the currency over there in New Zealand?
New Zealand dollar. It's like,
What's it called?
it's just the New Zealand dollar.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Is it like coins or like?
It's basically the same as ours. There's some coins,
Oh, all right.
but they don't have pennies, which is kind of nice.
Yeah.
It's all to like fives. and
Cutco
tens.
would've
Yeah,
fucking-
Cutco made sure of that.
Yeah, once Cutco gets a little bit more business, then
Yeah.
Yeah.
then we'll fucking
Yeah, dude. I worked at a catering. I still kind of do. I don't know if I do it anymore. At this catering company. And yeah, dude, I have like I don't drink anymore, but I still have like a bottle of champagne in my van, just waiting to pop that baby open.
when you start drinking again.
Yeah, I don't know why I have it. You want it? I'll give it to
Yeah.
you. It's like Chardonnay, I think.
Yeah.
There
Oh,
you
and the
go.
Chardonnay is.
Wow.
Is that orange?
Damn,
Is that black?
you
and orange?
just came up.
Like come up.
dude.
And I
this
gotta
is
come
why
on
this is why you
pod
come
more
on to
often.
Common Enemies.
Yeah.
You know? Fucking
Yeah. So
should
what's the with Common Enemies the name?
So
we find
it
something
wa-
that we all hate and then we talk shit about it.
So Common Enemies, it was like talk about something in common and then debate something.
Uh-huh.
But people, I found it's like hard for them to like switch in to debate mode.
Yeah.
So I'm pivoting to where just like you think about an enemy,
Yeah.
and you talk shit about an enemy, and I feel like that usually when you have like a common enemy, that's
Yeah.
when you can like sort of like bond
Yeah.
or something.
What was
like
the
that.
best one you've had here?
Best episode?
No, the best enemy you guys had.
Oh, this is the first episode I'm doing that.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
All right.
So this
Kim
is
Donut.
this is chapter 2 of
Yeah.
the podcast.
Okay,
Hey.
cool.
So yeah, I was down to talk about fucking how we are our own enemies.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah, we could talk about that.
What's one thing where you're like, I wish I was, where you like get upset at yourself for the way you are, like a specific thing?
Man, I love sleeping.
You love, yeah.
I
so-
love sleeping. And I have a job where I get to pick my own hours. My life is entirely set up for what I want it to be. I have all the tools available for success. I make my own hours. I live in New York. I'm in a network of comedians. Not like I'm like, like a big guy, but like, there's a lot of work to be done here. And I have the
freedom.
I believe I have the skills to do those things. And sometimes I'm just like, you know what? I think instead of that, I'm going to get up at 1. And that's what I did today.
Yeah.
Yesterday, I have no balance to it because yesterday I got up at 7 and I was like, I got to catch up on editing. So I edited for like 12 hours yesterday, barely made it to a mic. And then we were like, we had to edit our pod. And then, so yesterday I had the busiest day ever. And then today,
you're like, I'm good.
I'm giving myself the pass.
I get that.
Laziness. That's my biggest critique about myself.
It's one of the 7 deadly sins.
That's right.
Buddy, you're going to hell.
What's your sin? Frankie?
A sin?
Yeah.
Or
whatever.
Well, I've killed a guy, but enough of that. No,
what sin is that?
I fucking murder. Oh wait, no. What's the name of it? Gluttony.
Oh,
you ate them.
Yum.
Yeah.
I killed so many people and I
ate them.
And I ate them.
Yeah, it wasn't the killing that was the problem. It was the disgusting gluttony.
It was that you
displayed
ate the body.
Yeah.
I ate after I was full.
Yeah, and you didn't finish them.
Yeah. After I ate the thigh, I was like, I shouldn't eat the foot, but motherfucker, I'm going to.
Why is gluttony a sin? Shouldn't you? Oh, I guess
it's about like, because then you're like selfish. You're like, I want more, more.
Right,
and then you're like not worrying about.
Oh,
the greater good.
Speaking of that, I'm gluttony. There's this fun street joke my mom told me. Santa Claus, he gets to like a poor just country in Africa, right? And all the kids are starving, but it's Christmas, and they see Santa Claus, and everybody's like, "Oh my God, it's Santa Claus!" Yeah, and we're gonna get gifts, and then Santa Claus, he's like, "Yo, you guys want gifts?" And everybody's like, "Yeah." It's like, "All right, but one thing first. Did you guys already eat dinner?" And then we're like, "No." And he goes, "Well, until you eat dinner, you won't get gifts." And he takes them. I don't know why that gluttony made me think of that. Oh, because they can't. They can't.
They don't get
cause that sin of gluttony.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, what
do you hate about yourself? How are you your own?
Oh, dude, I'm a fucking scattered brain. I wake up, speaking of the mornings, I wake up and I'm just like, gotta do this, gotta do that, gotta do this, gotta do that. And then I don't do anything. And then I just sit in my van.
You like work yourself up to the point of like, you just like upset at yourself and then you're like yelling at yourself for so long. And then you're like, well, that's the day right there.
Yeah, and then
I do that too.
Yeah, and then I'm just exhausted that I did that for like 2 hours.
Yeah.
So literally it's as simple as just making my schedule the day before. And when I have done that, I have the most fucking productive days.
Yeah, same.
But some nights I just like, I'll figure it out tomorrow morning. I wake up and I'm like, ah!
For me, it's all about like how I start the day.
Same.
Like if what I hate about myself is if I am on my phone for more than 20 minutes when I wake up, it's going to be an hour.
Yeah.
Like that's like, unless I have like work or like something I immediately have to do,
yeah,
I will just sit in bed for an hour and then I'll be on my phone all day.
What's your average screen time?
Like 6 hours.
Yeah.
Like
it's tough, man.
Like
that's another thing is like, how can I look at myself and say I have no time to do the things that I need to do?
Yeah, and then
when I spend 4 hours a day, sometimes 5, sometimes 6, or maybe sometimes even more, looking at my phone.
Especially when someone's like asking like, "Hey, can you do this?" And like, I think I'm gonna be busy. And then it's just like you get home and you're like, well, I am gonna need one more fucking like I need to learn more about this one specific scene in Star Wars before.
Yeah, dude, you know what's crazy? Like sometimes I watch somebody be on their phone, like on Instagram, and I'm like, these people they're not looking at anything. And I'm like, that's me, dude.
Yeah.
That's fucking me. You're just on it, just like looking at people's stories. For what, dude? For what?
Yeah,
people just scrolling through shit, just dog shit after dog shit, dude.
There's been
That's my
times
algorithm,
where
it's just
I
dog
fucking like snap out of it.
Pictures of dogs.
Yeah.
PCs.
Yeah.
It's
You
that.
imagine,
Yeah, it's
you
that
imagine a
intense.
guy
Just dog shit after dog. I gotta stop liking these pictures.
Yeah, just dog shit and assholes.
that you're trying. You're like trying to get someone's attention. They're just looking at more pictures of dogs. You're like,
Yeah.
yeah, hold on one second.
Yeah.
I'll be.
And you know what? And that could be interesting because some of it's white for some reason. Have you ever seen a white dog shit?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, Mexican dogs. A lot of white dog shit, dude. What are they
Mm.
eating over there?
Probably all that queso blanco. Jeez, that was a fucking dead note. All right, go ahead, guys. Sorry, I won't talk for the rest.
No, I was more just like maybe fucking. Who knows? Yeah, I fucking.
Yeah, can you not, please?
We're like, not you stepped over the line with the queso blanco.
That was
line.
fucked up.
That was insane.
You guys gave me nothing. You guys were like, what?
Well, no, I thought
Why would
gonna,
he say that?
That's right. That was one of the things where I thought he was going to give you something. He probably thought I was going to.
Uh-huh.
And then you were just like,
Yeah, thanks, guys.
It's like when the two outfielders in left field, it's the center fielder, left fielder, and like, well, he's got that.
Yeah.
And then it drops, and you're like, ah.
what
Yeah.
was that? What was that name position of the rugby?
Scrum half.
Scrum half.
Mm.
How do you scrum half?
Scrum half.
And like, is that like for like the fastest runner?
It's called the scrum half because like they put you in. So there's like a scrum is like when 8 guys all like. That's where they like lock
a
up
huddle?
together. And the scrum half goes in between them and then like drops the ball in, and then they like are supposed to like push each other and then like kick the ball back, and the ball comes out of the scrum, and then from the scrum I like throw the ball out to the backs.
To one of your guys.
To one of my guys.
All right.
Let me try and
Dude,
score.
dude, we gotta watch a game of rugby together. Show me the rules, because I watch it. I'm like, this looks
Dude,
interesting.
the World Cup's here. I'm gonna like try and have like World Cup parties
Yeah,
for like anyone
dude.
who wants to watch. You played
Yeah.
rugby,
I
right?
did.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know.
Kevin Mulheron
Yeah.
played rugby.
Huh.
Yeah.
I knew you played lacrosse. I don't know about rugby.
Yeah, I played in college, and then we went against the Citadel, which is an army, military school,
Yeah.
and I just got rocked, and I was like, I don't think I should be playing rugby.
The last game I ever played, I fucking fucked up my knee, and then the last play that I was in, some dude like fucking speared me with the top of his head into my mouth,
Mhm.
Oh,
and I broke my tooth underneath the gum line.
oh man.
So it was like the nerve was broken, but the tooth was still in the mouth. So anytime I'd like touch it, it would like touch the dying nerve. So it would like fucking send like a shockwave up because it was
Oh,
like an
nice.
open nerve.
Did you get
basically.
addicted to like touching it?
No. It
Oh.
hurts. Like I could not touch it.
Dude, I have to say, whenever like something hurts, I just can't stop like making it hurt or just touching it. Like I would have been like, ah, 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 ah.
That's why he hits his girlfriend.
That's come on, dude.
Jesus
God.
Christ! At first like Queso Blanco, now this shit. I mean, I
Should
hit.
just
I,
go.
mean, I guess I do hit her with Queso
This
Blanco.
is yeah. And you guys, I don't. We honestly do have to end. I hate to end it there. Well,
You guys are like,
Luke Davis is our enemy now.
yeah, you're like, I don't know. I'm with you.
We hate you for other reasons though, dude. It's
Okay.
not.
I hate you for sleeping in. We hate you for like when you.
Yeah,
hate
can you
yourself.
imagine?
Yeah.
Can you imagine hating someone for that? Or like, you're always fucking sleeping in. Like, what's wrong with you?
This actually does.
I do,
Dude,
yeah.
he does
Does-
hate people for sleeping. in.
Yeah, I hate it when my roommates sleep in and then try to act like they're better than me.
What?
I hate it. Like I used to be like I used to live with this guy, and it would always be in competition for who woke up first. But it would be like we would still both sleep till
So like,
noon.
yeah.
But I would get up some days at like 11:30, and I'd like poke my head in and be like, "Look at this piece of shit."
Yeah, no, there'd be times where like I had a roommate like that where like
And then it'd be like 1:00, and he would come down, and I'd be like, "Oh, good morning." He'd be like, "Actually, I was up at 9:00 today, and I made a cup of coffee, but I didn't really have anything to do, so I went back to sleep."
I actually got a lot done and then I went back. to
Yeah,
sleep.
yeah. But really, I think that's just things that I
It's
don't like
insecure,
about
yeah.
myself.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Projecting onto other people is what that probably is.
And that's a good lesson to learn.
Sure.
Thank you guys very much. Plug anything you want.
Keep on Trucking Podcast, and real_POW is a new Instagram page we're starting soon where we're gonna put all our sketches on it.
Real
You
piece of
guys do
work.
great sketches, by the way.
Thanks, man.
Thank you, dude.
Yeah. So
Thank
we're gonna do that, and then when does this come out?
Probably next week.
Next week, this weekend on Saturday at 8:00, I'm doing Tiny Boys at Bushwick Public House. That's May 27th, Saturday, Bushwick Public House.
Sick. Frankie?
I'm doing a show that day too, but the guy hasn't sent me the address.
Well, you
But
can follow Frankie
Yeah.
in person, like actually follow him, and then you can go see him. At
You
the
actually
drive-
can. You can tailgate me.
He drives a big yellow van with the graffiti on it.
What's it say, King Baby?
No, I took that off and they put something else on it. and then I took that off and they keep putting shit on it, dude. And I keep taking it off.
Well,
They haven't put anything on it recently.
They haven't, which
that's an enemy. You for real got an enemy.
it's different people too.
Damn. Well, this has been Common Enemies. Thank you both very much, and
Thanks for having us.
we'll see you next week.
Yeah.
Bye.
Wow.
Yeah.